Amigas, divas, friends for life. That's not how it goes. Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. This is a quick video because I just saw it while I was on Goodreads trying to write a review, and I was like, and I figured I'm just gonna film it because why not? We need quick content these days. So here we are. And what is it? Here we are for what? We are here for this, the most read books of the 2025 reading challenge. And I just wanted to see what people were reading, and then have I read any of them? The most read books of the 2025 reading challenge. I think it's broken up into genre. So we're gonna start with, okay, that says, it's time once again, gentle readers, for our end of year status check on the annual Goodreads reading challenge, in which dedicated bookworms pledge to read a certain number of books before the year is out. For those not already on board, it's easy. Click over to the 2025 reading challenge page for details. So anyway, this is going to go, they've crunched the numbers to reveal the top 12 books marked as read by all challenge participants worldwide. So they have the overall top 12. So those are the most popular selections across the board, considering all genres. And then after that, they're genre specific. So they have interesting patterns developing. I'm not gonna read that part because I just wanna look at the books. So the overall top 12 books read in 2025. Rebecca Yarros taking three of the first four spots, with Onyx Storm being number one. Did that come out this year? That seems so long ago, but I think that came out this year. Anyway, Onyx Storm is number one. Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. That's crazy. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised. Sunrise of the Reaping came in though, and number two. I've obviously read Fourth Wing. Not surprised. Frida is up here. Wedding People I saw a lot. Of course, Emily Henry. That is it. I DNF'd the Deep End, and I did read Say You'll Remember Me. These other ones I'm not interested in, so I don't feel like I'm missing anything. In fiction, of course, Wedding People, Yellowface. Very nice to see that. Did that come out this year? Or was that last year? Y'all, I don't remember. When did Yellowface come out? I think that came out last year, but it was still read this year. Love to see that. Of course, Sally Rooney is going to be here. Not shocked. Tomorrow's still here. Martyr is one I do want to read, but I've only read one of these. Historical fiction, not surprised. Taylor Jenkins Reid, Kristen Hanna. And I have read two Kristen Hanna books that I loved, but I heard a lot of mixed reviews about the women. Some people who were like loved it, and some people were like, this was really awful. And I'm like, I think it takes place in Vietnam, unclear, but also Kristen Hanna, The Nightingale. Very interesting to see that one here. Maybe people read The Women and then went back and read The Nightingale, which I did love. I know people talk shit about it, but I did love that one. Oh my God, and then A Great Alone. Those are the two Kristen Hanna books that I've read. So maybe people just went back to those, but I do love those. James was really great also, and Lessons in Chemistry. When did that come out? I know it did get a TV show, so I don't know if that's what made people read it. And then the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm like, it's a really popular book, but I'm just shocked to see it again in 2025. So interesting. Was that one getting an adaptation? I don't recall. Demon Copperhead is one that I'm like kind of interested in, but I haven't gotten there yet. Mystery thriller, of course, we see Frida. Holy crap, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books out of the 12. Jesus Christ. But I mean, she has so many and they're really easy to read. So I feel like she's the thriller version of Colleen Hoover. The God of the Woods, I started that one on audio and I was confused. And I was like, I need to read that one again with my eyeballs because I couldn't keep up what was going on. But I know a lot of people love that one. Interesting, The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides is back. In the top. And then Alice Feeney, not surprised. Geneva Rose, I've been seeing that name. So like the rest of them, okay, fine. But 5 books for Frida is wild work. Fantasy, The Midnight Library. This is funny to see this one here and number one, because I've seen at least 3 separate videos that are like, I hate this book. It's like the worst book I've ever read. I read this book years ago and I loved it when I read it. And I know people don't like it. So that's I don't know if it like, it became popular and like spurned a lot of like hate reading. Interesting. Addie LaRue back up here. I loved Addie LaRue. I did love House in the Cerulean Sea. I know about TJ Klune. Bury Our Bones makes sense because it came out this year, so maybe that also prompted people to go back and read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Babel and Poppy War being here, I love to see it. Even more, I love to see Blood Over Brighthaven. Yes, yes, yes. Look at all of these. Look at all these. Okay, wait, am I a really fantasy girly? Look at all these I've read. Ew, I read the top 4. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've read 9 out of the 12 top fantasy books for this year. That's because they didn't all come out this year. But still, I feel like a real reader girly. I do want to read Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I'm not going to read Cersei. I started Dungeon Crawler Carl. The humor is not working for me. Obviously, I've read Mistborn a while ago. I did like Pure Nessie. I'm so happy to see Blood Over Brighthaven here. Read it. It's incredible. It's a standalone. It's phenomenal. But wow, look at me. I read so many of these. Romantasy. You know, I have read the Sarah Janets. We're not surprised that they're there. Whatever. I do want to read One Dark Window. The rest of them, I'm good. I'm good. Science fiction. I have a copy of I Who Have Never Known Men. And I know this got really big on TikTok. It's translated from French and I really want to read it. And oh yeah, Project Hail Mary. I think that one's getting, or their adaptation is out. So that's probably why that one's back in the top. Red Rising, Handmaid's Tale, not surprised. Animal Farm, 1984. Banned books, so not shocked. I have not read Animal Farm. I should. Ministry of Time, interesting. Didn't the Orbital win something? Did that win the Booker? I feel like it won something last year. A Golden Sun. Dark Matter. Now, I loved that book when I read it. I don't know if I would feel that same way now, but I did recently watch the adaptation on Apple TV. I wonder when season 2 comes out. And then I also watched the Murderbot adaptation on Apple TV, which I really enjoyed. So that makes sense. And makes sense to see Parable of the Sower here because of our times. Parable of the Sower and Handmaid's Tale make a lot of sense because of our times. And then I think these getting adaptations or having adaptations make sense. Red Rising, I know that the second, because there's like an original trilogy and then there's a second series. I don't know if that final book came out or people are just rereading in prep for that, but very interesting to see those here. Horror, We Used to Live Here, Womp. Yeah, I was underwhelmed with Tender as the Flesh. Grady Hendrix makes sense. He's very popular. I haven't read that one. I've read 2 of his books and I have mixed I liked one. I really did not like another one. I want to read another one by him to see, like, is he the author for me or not? Bunny by Mona Awad. This makes sense because I think a second, like a sequel came out, or was it a prequel? I don't know. Frankenstein also makes sense. Adaptation. Strange Pictures. I don't think I've heard of this. Riley Sager, of course, is always going to be in here. Oh, look, another Grady Hendrix. This is one I have read. Stephen King, The Long Walk. Adaptation. Never Flinch. Is that new? Unsure. And then Carmilla. Never read that one. I guess I should maybe one day. Romance. Not shocking here. Emily Henry, Abby Jimenez. And obviously you see the ones I've read. I read Abby Jimenez. Well, I read Part of Your World, Yours Truly, and then Just for the Summer. When did I read those? Last year? And then obviously Say You'll Remember Me came out this year and I was disappointed. But yeah, not shocked about these. Problematic Summer Romance, Womp. I keep seeing, I think this cover is so cute. BK Borson, I haven't read anything by them. Elsie Silver, I see a lot. Barf, but not shocked by these. Young adult, obviously Sunrise on the Reaping, taking the cake. But I like to see that people are going back and reading The Hunger Games. The original trilogy still holds up. I did not love Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is on number 6. But I have heard better things about Sunrise on the Reaping. I just haven't gotten around to it. I also have not seen the Ballad movie. I've only seen the original movies. So there's that. Not interested in these at all. Not interested. I did hear a lot of good things about Heartless Hunter though. So I'm like, I kind of want to read that. I think this is a duology. Heartless Hunter and Rebel Witch. I didn't realize this was a young adult romance. I thought this was an adult romance. That is good to know. Oops. I really enjoyed A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I know there's an adaptation. And then I think The Summer I Turned Pretty, yes, I think also had an adaptation. So many things have adaptations. That's just my guess to why they're on here. Memoir, House of My Mother. I read that one this year. Really great memoir. I'm glad my mom died. I obviously read that one. I do want to read The Third Gilmore Girl because as I've watched, my evolution with Gilmore Girls has been when I was watching it as a youth, I was like, oh my God, I love Rory. I wish me and my mom were like Rory and Lorelai. Then watching it again, full thing through, I was like, Rory's kind of annoying. Watching it again, I'm like, Rory's annoying, Lorelai's annoying, Emily and Paris and Lane are the best characters. So I love Emily Gilmore and I would like to listen to that audio. I have no desire to read Educated. I read Careless People. I have a review on that one. Had a lot of thoughts. I never watched Ina Garten. I don't know how she says her name, but I kind of want to listen to her memoir though. Maybe I will. I still haven't read Crying at H Mart, and that's been one out for years. So like, obviously I need to get to it. Dinner for Vampires, Life on a Cult TV show. I don't know what TV show she was on. Not interested in these. I did read Britney Spears' memoir. Britney makes, it's so sad. I don't have an interest in that. Okay, that was Memoirs. So interesting. History and biography. I read On Tyranny. I have Say Nothing and I have started it and I need to get back to it because this is about Northern Ireland and it's by Patrick Radden Keefe, who I've also read Empire of Pain, which I think is excellent. So I need to get back to that one. The Small and the Mighty. I remember seeing this one. Killers of the Flower Moon got an adaptation. I haven't read that. Radium Girls is really good. Kind of graphic though. I'm always so confused. Every time I see an Eric Larson book, I always think that they're fiction for some reason, but I forget that they're nonfiction. I don't know what this one's about. A saga of hubris, heartbreak, and heroism at the dawn of the Civil War. Okay. Oh, look! Empire of Pain! I'm glad this is here. Okay. That's my Red Bull timer. But Empire of Pain is so good. Read it. Oh, okay, see, and then Devil in the White City, which for the longest time I thought was a fiction book, but it's nonfiction. But I have not read anything by Eric Larson, but I recommend Empire of Pain, Radium Girls, On Tyranny, and Say Nothing, even though I haven't finished it. You should read those. General nonfiction. I hate that this old Grifton Heffa is #1. Boo. I'm glad that Everything is Tuberculosis is #2. Woo woo. Also, these three, Let Them Boo, Anxious Generation Boo, Atomic Habits Boo. You should go to the If Books Could Kill, is that what it's called, podcast? I can put it here. They have episodes on all 3 of these, and you're just better off listening to the episode. I mean, obviously, read what you want to read. I'm never going to tell you not to read something, but just womp. From me. Another womp here, Serviceberry. I have not read that. Psychology of Money, interesting. The Revenge of the Tipping Point, interesting. Madam Gladwell, because he got a lot of shit for his books. So I had to read one for like sociology in college. I think I've read Outliers. Did I read Tipping Point? I think I've read like 2 of his books, but it'd be interesting to hear what he has to say in that one. One Day Everyone Will Have Been Against This is on my list. I think this is about Palestine. And I feel like maybe you should talk to someone. I've seen that cover, but Invisible Woman, I really did enjoy that book, basically telling you how the world is built from men for men. Are we surprised? No. Okay, that's the list. I read a lot more of these than I thought. I'm shocked. But you know, obviously I read quality things and people are reading the quality things in 2025. The fantasy category really shocked me. So I just thought that was interesting. So have you looked at this list, or from this, watching it with me, have you read a lot of these? Are you surprised to see any of these books be the top books in 2025? Again, a lot of them I think are because of the adaptations coming out, but then some other ones it's like, the author either came out with a new book, so maybe people went back to read their backlist, and then other ones, I don't know. So very interesting. I'd love to know your thoughts. But thank you for watching. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.